Hey, Note people, this is Smitty with Note Starter, and today we're going to talk about the cutoff date on your purchase sale agreement. It's a very important date to know when purchasing your note, so let's go. Hey, Note people, so here we go. Here's your loan purchase and sale agreement, your PSA, and we're just going to get right down to the cutoff date. And we're gonna take a look at two contracts that I have, two purchase agreements that I have, and this one here is spelled out, so it's very good. Where it says here, all payments received by seller for the loans before the cutoff date shall belong to the seller. All payments received by seller for the loan after the cutoff date shall belong to the buyer and sent to the buyer within 30 days of the closing date. And this also has a chart here that shows cutoff date along with the closing date. So you have to make sure, because some sellers closing dates and cutoff dates are different. So that's big. The closing date is the day you actually do the sale, and the cutoff date is when the payments cut over. So those actually should match, but like I said, it's not always the cutoff date's not always the same as the closing date. So let's take a look at another one. Okay, so here is the other one here that you need to pay attention to. So this one clearly states that the closing date is August 30th and the cutoff date is September 27th. So that's one of the things you have to look out for is, okay, this loan was purchased on August 30th. And then what happens after the purchase is that this is what happens sometimes is that a payment may come in. So after I purchased that on August 31st, and if a payment comes in before September 27th, that means the seller gets that payment. And I think this is done because once you purchase a note, the transfer of the note, if it's going to either another servicer or it's transferring even within the same servicer, that takes some time to do. So some sellers like to have that written in that while that's going through, any payments that come in because the loan has not been transferred to you yet, that means you get that seller gets that payment. So pay attention to those dates, closing dates, and cutoff dates when purchasing. Okay, Note people, so there you have it. Make sure you always pay attention to that cutoff date, which is very important when purchasing a note, because you need to know that if the seller has received a payment and it's before the cutoff date, you don't get it. Or if the seller has received a payment and the servicer may have sent it to the seller after the cutoff date. So you'll need to know this information on your purchase sale agreement. And as always, do your own due diligence. Always consult legal for any of your contracts you want to review. Okay, guys? Thanks.